Antwan Butler. I'm back with you once again for another episode of Born Forward. That's right, say it from the top of your lungs. Born forward. You may not have been born in it, you may not have been born with it, but you were born forward. You watch this YouTube channel because a lot of you were like me. You have a greater sense of purpose. You just need some inspiration to start believing in yourself. And that's why this channel was created. So I'm super excited to be talking about what I'm going to talk about today. So I need you to get your pencil. I need you to get your paper. We are going to work. So I thought on today's broadcast, I would answer some of the questions that I get asked all of the time as a pastor, as a leader, as a motivational speaker, as a leader in my community. I get asked all types of questions. And so I thought I would use this broadcast to answer one that I probably get the most. And that question is, why can't I just get over the hump? Why can't I get over the hump? I get that question asked all the time because people like, Antwan, I'm in the same position every year. I find myself doing the stuff that I don't want to do. I make these New Year's resolutions. I don't ever stick to them. And I'm tired of going through the rigmarole. I'm tired of going through the monotony of not changing, not growing, and not becoming everything that I can become. So I thought I would tackle that today. As you all know, there's a bunch of different answers to that question, but I want to give you three that I see the most, three that I see the most. So I hope that you're ready. I hope you have your pen. I hope that you have the paper, your paper. I'm going to help you if you're in a place where you feel stuck, where you feel like you're in a place where you're not growing, where you're this year was the same as last year, and that year was the same as the year before that, and you feel like you're about to break out, that you're about to push out, and you just might simply have been in a position that I was in. You're just really tired of yourself. You're tired of not changing. You're tired of not evolving. You're tired of not going to greater heights. I want to give you three things in the next 7 minutes I think that's going to help you. Okay, so number one. I find most people believe in everyone else. They make a commitment to everyone else and make a commitment to themselves last. I'm going to say that again. A lot of times people commit to others before they commit to themselves. They commit to what others believe about them, what others think about them, but they don't make a commitment to themselves. I'm telling you, if you want to get over the hump in your life, if you want to go to the next level in your life, you got to make a commitment to yourself. I know your friends, your family, your spouse, your priest, your pastor. I know everybody's going to have an opinion of who you should be and what you should be doing. And one of the worst things that we can do in a copycat world is try to live up to the expectations of somebody else. I told you all a few weeks ago, you got to be comfortable in your own skin. You got to make a commitment to yourself when you find out who you were supposed to be, why you were created, that you're going to make a commitment to do you. That's right, I'm going to say it again. You got to make a commitment to do you. Why? Because everybody's opinions of you are going to change. People have selfish motives. They got different reasons why you should do what you do. But you got to stay true to your authentic self. You got to ask yourself to question, what am I supposed to be doing? Who am I supposed to be? And I am going to develop a plan, a strategy to become who I'm supposed to be because it's who I want to be, not because I'm trying to be anybody else. So this year, I want you to strategize. I want you to make a resolution to yourself that you are going to love yourself, right? That you're going to embrace yourself. You're going to embrace your strengths, your uniquenesses, your beauty. You're going to embrace yourself. And if you made any type of commitment to yourself, I don't know, maybe it's weight loss, maybe it's going back to school, maybe it's a new relationship, you make the commitment to yourself, not to anybody else. Other people can help inspire you. Other people can help push you. Other people can even maybe help hold you accountable. But you have to do it for you. You got to make the commitment to yourself. Number two, listen to me very closely. So I want to give you some biological information. Sometimes people get stuck and they can't get over the hump because they get caught in survival mode. They get caught. Have you ever been hit so hard by life that it stuns you, that it knocks you down. For some people, it knocks you out. Well, sometimes people get hit by circumstances and situations, and they go into what we call survival mode. So listen really quickly how survival mode works. So one of the things that we've learned about the brain in science is that those individuals who have been hit with traumatizing situations, and if that's been your upbringing, maybe you've gone without the basic necessities of life. Maybe your parents didn't do such a great job raising you, so they didn't give you affection, they didn't give you time, they didn't give you attention. I don't know, maybe you grew up in a neighborhood or a situation where you were around violence and you were around an impoverished lifestyle. All those things take an effect on your brain. So what can happen is you can grow up in a situation where you want to strive, you want to do better, but you are used to going without. You are used to not having, and your brain is on autopilot mode to keep you safe. That's right, you've heard this before. The brain goes into what we call survival mode. It is fight, flight, or freeze. So every time you get ready to do something phenomenal in your life, your past pushes against your future. Your mind begins to whisper within itself that nobody from your family has ever done this before. You don't have what it takes. You don't have the personality. You don't have the resources. You don't have the right people backing you. You're not the right skin color. Your past begins to haunt your present so that it can eradicate your future, and your brain kicks into overdrive mode. It kicks into survival mode, and you go into fight, flight, or freeze. What does fight looks like? It just simply means that you get into a position where you come against yourself. You oppose yourself. You say things to yourself like, this is too good to be true. You're in a great relationship. This is the first time that person is actually treating you like someone, but you're sabotaging the relationship. You finally got the good job, but now you're not showing up on time, right? You're not valuing the job that God has blessed you with because that fight mode is in play. Now you're thinking that everything that is happening to you is too good to be true and it's going to be taken away. I'm telling you, that is a survival mindset, and you got to push past that survival mindset. You got to go from a survival mindset to a supply mindset. See, because you can go into fighting, you can go into flight, or you can go into freezing. What's the flight? Flight simply means you just run away. You might not physically run away from the situation, though some people do. You may mentally run away. You may emotionally run away. We call it escapism, right? We act like what is happening to us is not happening. It is the most detrimental type of defense mechanism. We call it denial, to act like where you are in life is not happening to you. That's a survival technique that the brain uses. But this year, I need you to stand firm, stand fast, and I need you to look at your situation in the face and say, this year, this time, this season, I'm not running. I ain't going anywhere. You need to look at your family and say, you know what? I know we're in a bad situation right now financially. I know the marriage is probably on the rocks, but I promise you, I've made a commitment to myself. So now I can make a commitment to you. We ain't going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. Come hell or high water, I'm fighting for my destiny. I'm fighting for my family. I'm fighting for my future. I'm fighting for my success. I'm coming out of survival mode. So you can fight. You could take flight, or you could just simply freeze, and we call it paralysis. That just simply means that you don't do anything. You don't move, right? You become immobile, right? And sometimes you can get hit so hard by life that you can go from living to merely existing. We don't even know that you have a presence in life anymore. You're physically present, emotionally, spiritually, socially, absent. Right, that is a survival strategy. But I need you to go from survival mode to supply mode. What is supply mode? Supply mode is you understanding, realizing that in the earth realm, there is not a shortage of anything you need for your destiny. Anything that you need for your success, there is plenty. God has provided for those who will release their faith, right? So I need you to go from survival mode to supply mode. There's more than enough. I know when you grew up, I know you didn't have enough to eat. I know you had to share clothing, But I know you were stacked on top of each other, sharing a 1-bedroom with your siblings, right? But this is the season for supply mode, right? Like you're an adult now. You can let those things go. You can move ahead in life. Your children are depending on you to have a supply mindset, all right? So I need you to shift in this season. And third and final. This is probably the most important one. And this is the one that when I talk to people, they haven't had this question answered, right? So you got to find out what your why is. So, guys, we have this thing when we ask each other who we are. We tend to throw our titles out. Well, I'm a dentist, or I'm a doctor, or I'm a mechanic, right? So we know what we do, and we know how we do it, but we really don't know why we do it. You must answer that question in your life. Why are you here? Why were you created? Right? Why are you here in 2019? Why are you why do you have the family that you have now? The spouse that you have now? The children that you have now? The job or the business that you are on right now? Why are you here? Why must I answer the question why? Because I'm telling you, life is going to hit you pretty hard. It's going to come at you from all angles, but you have to be like the Chinese bamboo tree, right? You can bend, but you better not break, right? You can waver, but you got to come back. And your why is what's going to keep you grounded. Your why is what's going to keep you in place. You're going to remember that I was put here to change the generation. That's right. I was put here to change the school system. I was put here to change my community. I was put here to change the economical system. And nobody can do it quite like me, because I've discovered who I am. So when life hits me, and it's going to hit me, when things are taken from me, and things are going to be taken, right? When the winds blow, and they're going to blow, I'm going to remember why I'm put here, and my why is what's going to give me passion. My why is what's going to fuel and charge my desire to keep taking a licking and keep on ticking. And before you know it, you'll be on the opposite end of the tunnel. You'll be at the light. You'll be at the finish line because your why kept you focused. So I hope that this helps you, because in this year, in 2019, I want you to finish strong. I want you to turn the corner, and I want you to get over the hump, because over the hump is a new you. Over the hump is a new destiny. Over the hump is a new challenge. Over the hump is a new version of yourself. And I believe that you can do it. I know that you can do it. I'm rooting for you. I know you may not have been born in it. You may not have been born with it, but I promise you, you were born for it. God bless you. I'll catch you again. Can't wait to get back and give you more information. You stay inspired.
Let's go. I don't know what you're going through, but we stopped by to tell you that what's in front of you is bigger than